At this time, I'd like to bring in Paul Dell, Vice President Global Growth here at Ironwave, our segment sponsor. Paul, thanks for joining me here on From the Crisis. Tell us a little bit about Ironwave Technologies.
Thank you, Ken. I really appreciate that opportunity. So Ironwave Technologies is the parent of 5 vertical markets that are all underneath the Ironwave umbrella. Our core technology from decades ago is Dell electronics. Their foundation was creating converter solutions for high frequency to down frequency, for L-band, SATCOM links around the globe. They also have expanded their portfolio to do multi-channel signal conversion for the DoD, a lot of work for NAV-C and NAV-Air. They have deployment boxes for fighter jets, DDGs, submarines, land vehicles, and now the new push is the autonomous platforms. So we're investing our R&D capabilities and looking above unmanned missions in various facets. Besides just drones, and there's thousands and thousands of different platforms of that, there's unmanned surface vessels, there's unmanned ground vehicles doing a multitude of mission and con-ops around the globe. So
what are you showcasing here today? You have a lot of components.
Yeah, we have a lot of parts.
Tell us a little bit about what you have here.
All right, so as I mentioned, the signal converter boxes. So we make enclosure boxes that will capture signals higher than 40 gigahertz and break down that signal to an IF band, where someone who already has an existing platform that can capture something at 2 gigahertz below. They don't want to change the back end on all those systems. Very costly, expensive, have to requal it all again. But I have a new signal of interest that I need to capture from a sensor or antenna on an airfield or a fuselage. We make a pod that fits onto the aircraft, or we make a enclosure that can be deployed out in the field at the end of the runway, right at the antenna horn, to convert that signal and run it back to the existing platform. That's one of the things that we do.
What is this over
so
here?
these are actually it's an R&D experiment with somebody who's deploying a little sensor pod that automatically gauges in the ocean to do a measurement underneath the ocean floor to see something floating underneath there that we might want to find out, and it's not a whale type of thing. This was created in unison with another partner of ours. The part that we provide into it is a radio that is created by a company that we own called Syntonix out of Columbia, Maryland. They are mainly an R&D facility with a lot of smart engineers. They are funded through DARPA type of initiatives. They do special things for the IC community and the soft community. One of the things that we are introducing this week is a RF over fiber brick. This was created for somebody in the Marine Corps at one time, where when you have a tactical radio at your FOB or your CP, and if you have to transmit from your radio and you don't want somebody to find out where you're transmitting from, you could take your antenna and move it 1,000 feet away or 5 kilometers away. So when that antenna radiates, it's not right where you're at.
Yeah. It's really interesting because all these different components, it reinforces the notion that every fight is going to be a joint fight across all domains, because you have to have the components that can be resilient in any environment.
That's the talent too. So just doing theories and modeling is fantastic to figure out the recipe. It's when you've actually created prototypes and provided those prototypes to your sponsor or to somebody directly in uniform in the Department of War, where they actually take that asset and bounce it around in the desert, or they strap it onto a jet or a fixed-wing aircraft. It survives that con-op. Then they come to you and say, fantastic, now build me 1,000 of them. And I want each one of those to be duplicated exactly to the T, so I can count on it no matter where I send it around the globe. And that's our mission statement. Our philosophy is we are QRPP, quick reaction, prototype to production capabilities for our sponsors.
Great. Well, Paul, it was great to meet you today.
Yes.
Hope you had a great week here at AOC 2025, and really
Thank
appreciate you taking time to join me here on From the Crow's Nest Live.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That will conclude this segment of From the Crow's Nest Live. I'd like to thank Ironwave Technologies for powering this segment. We'll be back more this afternoon. Thanks for listening.